So hello friends, this is Reetta and this is my February 2018 video. I'm accompanied today with my cat Vera, who's purring here next to me, and our dog Pietu. Last month we talked about I encouraged you to do the heart meditation and history mapping, and if you didn't do those, no worries, you can always do them later. History map, you can find the template from my webpage reettaranta.com from under the January video. And I noticed some interesting things about my own history mapping when I did it. It was more like, I think it's quite typical for me that the beginning of the year I always make lots of plans, and in the springtime I really feel like I have energy to do all those things. In the summer I kind of slow down a lot. In September, August, I get this new boost, like, yeah, now I start again, and I do lots of projects, and then I slow down to the winter. So it's interesting to see. I feel like at least partly I'm already living in the rhythm of nature, and I got these energy boosts a couple of times a year, and then I rest too. But it would be nice to hear how you felt and what did you find about your own history mapping. Anyway, today we have lots of reasons to celebrate because it's the new moon. So the moon was born again last night, and there's also other reasons to celebrate, or has been this week. There has been Laskiainen on Tuesday, which is the Shrove Tuesday. In Finland we traditionally go sledging with the kids in the hills and eat buns with lots of whipped cream and jam, or some people prefer almond paste, but I'm the jam girl, so raspberry or strawberry jam with whipped cream is my kind of laskiais bun. In New Orleans they celebrate Mardi Gras, and well, it's the same reason. It's usually the start of the Lent. So the fasting period starts right now, and it's good to celebrate and eat lots of fat and energetic food before Lenting. And Wednesday we had Friends Day. So Valentines Day in Finland is more dedicated to your own friends than only for romantic relationships, and I think it's a beautiful way to celebrate a little bit wider. But anyway, today is new moon. The moon was born last night, and the year in China turned into dog's year, so congratulations, Pietu. February, it has interesting roots in its name. The word's origin, February, is of course in Latin, and it comes from a Roman purification festival called Februa. And the date was actually 15th of February, so yesterday. And in Christian times, of course, this month has been considered as the start of the Lent, 40 days before Easter. And I think it's interesting to think how long the fasting tradition go, because some Native American tribes, some call this month the snow month, which would make sense here in Finland. We have lots of snow right now. But some call this the hunger month. So it makes me think that this month has been, like, people has been forced to fast. During the winter, you have used most of your food already this time of the year, and you start seeing your storages like, oh my god, we don't have so much food anymore, and we still have snow on the ground, and the new season, the growth season, starts in like 2 months, so we have to slow down eating, so let's fast. So I think the nature has been, at least here in Nordic hemisphere, told us to fast this time of the year. In Finland we call this month Helmikuu, which is a super beautiful name. The straight translation is Pearl Month. And I assume the name comes from the snow sparks when the moist in the air is frozen again in the branches or on top of the snowbed, and it shines and shimmers beautifully in sunlight. It looks like pearls are shining. So this month I would like to combine the fasting tradition into shining like a pearl. And I think it's a beautiful way to start the year again. If you missed the first New Year, now the Chinese New Year is the second chance for you. So maybe there's something that has been taking too much of your energy, and you know that, oh, I know I should like slow down with this or consume less of this. For some people it might be sugar or wine or meat. Something that you kind of want to clean out of your system. And it doesn't have to be so physical. One idea that I would like to introduce to you is digital detox. I actually did it last year. I forbid myself to use social media for a whole month. And it was very nice. It was super nice. It was nice to come back to Facebook after that, but still, it really taught me a lot about how much I actually use it. And this year I used an app called Moment. And the app actually tracks your mobile phone usage so that it tells you how much you use it totally and which apps you're actually spending your time with. So for many people it might be super shocking first, like, oh my God, am I so many hours on my phone daily? But what it does, because inside the Moment app there's actually a little coaching program that teaches you to do something and encourages you to do some actions per day. Like one day it says like, don't take photos today at all. That was actually one of the hardest parts for me because I take photos all the time. And I had those moments like several times of the day when I was like taking my phone and, oh, I want to take the photo and how do I remember this right now? But you know, you can remember the meaningful moments even without the phone. You don't always have to document everything. Yeah, that was a hard part for me. Anyway, someday it asks you to delete the app you actually use the most. For me, it was mainly Facebook. So I deleted the Facebook from my phone. And the whole week or two, I had this moment on my phone. I still have it. But when I was actively doing this reducing and digital detoxing, it helped me to understand how I use it. And I think I became much more relaxed with my phone. Like I didn't have to carry it on me all the time. I even left outside with dog without my phone. Yeah, I know it sounds extreme. And it helped me to be more conscious about how I use my phone. It really felt that I felt like something was cleansed out of my body and my system and my habits. Something that took too much of my time. The whole inspiration for this digital detox, especially with this app, came from a book or actually from a podcast, Note to Self. And it's the journalist and author of the podcast, Manoush Zomorodi. She made a campaign with her listeners a couple of years ago. And based on that, she also wrote a book, Bored and Brilliant. And the whole thing kind of aimed at unlocking your most productive and creative self by checking out from your phone and actually getting a little bit bored. Because that's what you do. Like you entertain yourself with your phone all the time. When you are on the bus stop and you just take your phone and swipe out what's happening there. Instead, you just have to be, and from that empty space and the bored space, actually new ideas come. And yeah, it was super interesting. I will put the link under my blog to this book and to this app, so you can go and check it out. One thing it also inspired me and my partner to do is leave the phones out of our bedroom. So many people use the mobile phone also as their alarm clock, but you have to figure out another way to do that if you don't have your phone in your bedroom. But it really created a sacred space. Like, our bedroom should be sacred. We sleep there, we make love there, and it should be dedicated to those things and not for, you know, swiping your phone. And you know, sleep and love in general happens much more likely if you are not on your screen all the time. So hopefully you are not too stressed or tired to do some kind of ritual of your own, but if you are, you can add some spark and shine to your life, just, you know, editing your Facebook profile picture and add some sparks there on, or put some lip gloss to your lips, or make your own way to spark like Helmikuu, the month of pearl. Oh, one more thing. I wanted to remind you, follow the signs, what's happening in the nature, because even though February is the coldest month, at least in Finland, coldest month of the year, there's lots happening in the nature. I think the amount of light has been noticed also by the animals. And for example, the sparrows in our backyard are much more talkative already. And 2 days ago, when we went for a walk with the dog, I could definitely feel and smell the fox, the city fox, making his marks for possible fiancés. So the foxes are starting their mating season soon. You can kind of smell it also if you have foxes around. But pay attention to these little things in the nature, and maybe it can also help you to start feeling the spring in your heart. Thank you for following, and I hope you have a wonderful, purifying February, and you will shine like a pearl and enjoy the spring feelings that can be already sensed in the air. Bye bye.